Hey everybody, my name is Belle Carter and I'm here to share with you how you can start traveling for five stars at 2-star prices. Alright, so let's get into it. Now, who's heard of Skype, Netflix, Uber? Pretty much everyone, right? They're becoming household names. So what did Skype do these are all disruptive in their own individual industries. What did Skype do to long distance calls? Nobody makes long distance calls anymore because it's expensive and the line is normally pretty bad. So Skype came along and made a much more affordable or even free way to contact your family overseas. So what about Netflix? Have you guys noticed that your local Blockbuster down the street's closed down or going out of business? Mine is. And why is that? That's because of Netflix. Because people don't want to pay their late fees, they don't want to be fighting over the new release movies or whatever. And they want to be able to choose what they want to watch whenever they want in the comfort of their own home. So Netflix is taking over video rental. And then there's Uber, the newest one in town, and that's taking over the taxi service industry. I don't know about you, but I've had a couple of dodgy taxi rides in my time. I'm sure I've had few good ones too, so I'm not saying taxis are bad. But with Uber, you can rate your driver. So if they don't give you a good experience, you can rate them. And then it's going to depend on whether they're going to get many more passengers into their car. So it really works for the consumer. So you can see how these are all disrupting their individual industries. Now, what do these three have in common? Okay, one, they're just apps. And two, they don't own anything. Skype doesn't own any phones. Netflix doesn't own any DVDs. And Uber doesn't own any taxis. And yet they're still changing the game and they're still affecting the industry. So there's a new one in town that's in the travel industry, and that is called Dream Trips. That is what you're here to learn about today. Dream Trips doesn't own any hotels or anything like that, but we are changing the way that people travel. We're making it more affordable and a much better experience for the consumer. So, who knows this guy? This is Shaquille O'Neal. He was an awesome basketball player. He is actually net worth $350 million, and he has recently jumped onto our club. So our company doesn't pay for any advertising at all. You'll see a little blue sign, and that's our only marketing tool. We don't pay anyone to represent us. And that's why it's a word of mouth company. If you've never heard of World Ventures before or Dream Trips, it's because no one in your circle knows about it, or they just haven't shared with you yet. So Shaq has jumped on board, and here he is on Twitter sharing with everyone to come and join us in the Dream Trips. Now, who knows this guy? Shemar Moore. He's from Criminal Minds. And if you may or may not have noticed, he's recently jumped off Criminal Minds and jumped on to Dream Trips. So there's our little blue sign. And you'll be seeing that blue sign all over the place. And that's just people taking pictures saying, hey, you should be here with me. You should be having this great experience like I am. Just like when you're on holiday, who do you want to be there? You want your loved ones and stuff to be there with you. So that's what that blue sign is, and that is our only marketing tool. So those two are an example of the kind of people we have in our company. So just giving you some social proof. So what is World Ventures? Well, in 2005, these two guys, Wayne Nugent and Mike Askew, were just wondering, like, why don't people take their families on all the trips they want to go on? Why don't they take the kids to Disneyland when they ask them? Why don't they tick off their own bucket list items? And it came down to time and money. So they come up with a good idea based on the Costco business model. So I don't know if you guys know Costco, but what Costco is, it's a big grocery wholesaler. So what they do is they use the buying power of 65 million people worldwide to get prices lower. So when I go to book a holiday, I've got the power of one. But if I book with Dream Trips, I've got the power of over 1 million members. So do you think I could get it a bit cheaper booking with Dream Trips, right? So it's the same way Costco gets their low prices. We do too. We've got 1 million members in 30 different countries all over the world, and so we're using that buying power to bring our prices down for our members, which is pretty awesome. So we're winning awards left, right, and center. Our booking engine is called Rovia, and it's winning all the travel awards in North America, Europe, Asia, And next stop, of course, Australia. We're always a little bit behind. So World Ventures has only been in Australia for 2 years, and it's a 10-year-old company made in America. Now, the reason it's only been here for 2 years is because you might know Australia is the most compliant country in the world. So the ASIC had a look at it. It just checked it all out, looked through everything to make sure there was no bad stuff in it, make sure it was fair to the Australians, which is really great that Australia looks out for us like that. But as a result, it did take a lot longer for us to get it into Australia. So we've had it for a bit over 2 years now, and yeah, it's going crazy over here. So what is in a membership? So Dream Trips are our signature product. They're not our only product, just our signature one. We also have volunteers. We've got an app. We've got a booking engine. We've got some great guarantees, price pledge, and rate shrinker. We have a concierge service and Dream Trips Local. Now, this is all going to not make any sense to you right now, but that's what I'm going to cover today in our webinar. So firstly, let's show some cruises. So show some trips. We do have cruises, sorry. But let's show some trips. Okay, so here we've got a one to Cairns. Who would like to come to Cairns, the home of the Great Barrier Reef? Yeah, you should come. So this is a really awesome trip. It's a 4 days and 3 nights at the Pullman Cairns International. So you guys have heard of the Pullman before, right? Is that a nice chain of hotels? Yes, it's very nice, 5-star. You got daily breakfast. And I don't know if you've had the breakfast at the Pullman before, but it's a pretty amazing buffet with everything. And it's pretty pricey, but that's included in your trip. You've got one lunch and you've got one dinner and you've got a full day at the Great Barrier Reef that includes lunch. So I don't know if you guys have been to the reef before, but you're looking at about $200 per person to go out there, and that's all included in the price of this trip. So it's $369 per person. Now I want you to keep in mind all the prices are in US because it is a US-based company. We are in over 30 countries around the world, so it's a lot easier if we just give the US prices and then each person in each country can just convert them to their own prices rather than giving out everyone's, all right? Because we know how currencies fluctuate. So that's $369, but that's including your full day at the Great Barrier Reef, your meals, and your accommodation at the Pullman. That's a pretty awesome deal. But it gets even better because you see how it says apply up to 150 points? I'll tell you how you can get those points in a little while. Those are Dream Trip points. So that's equivalent to $150, a dollar for dollar, which you can take off the price of this Dream Trip. So bring it down to about $220. Now that's really awesome. Now how it says apply 150 points, that's per booking. So if you're booking for 2 people, one person pays $220 and the other person pays $369. Now, we've got more dates added to these, but this is what I have up here at the moment. And so it's just an example that if you can't get work off or you need to save for the trip or whatever, they come up a number of times in the year, so you don't have to stress out about that. Okay, so how about Thailand? Now, Thailand is pretty awesome, and for us Aussies, it's not too far away either. So that's 4 days and 3 nights at the Andaman Embrace Resort and Spa. That's a daily breakfast, 1 lunch, and 3 dinners. And you've got a full day Phuket city tour and a sunset sailing catamaran with dinner. That's pretty nice. And the airport transfers included. So this again is $369 per person, and you can apply at 150 points again, so you can bring that down to $220. So that's a really good deal. I'm actually just going to go onto booking.com and show you those 2 hotels and how much they cost. So here we've got the Pullman, and for the accommodation alone, it's $573 Australian. But, you know, that doesn't include any tours, any meals. So you understand, right, the value of a Dream Trips membership. And then the Phuket one, this one's $339 Australian dollars, just for the accommodation alone, doesn't include anything else. So you can understand what kind of deals we're talking about here. So let's get back into it. So also I want you to notice something up here where it says welcome Dream Trip. So just keep that in mind because I'm going to come back to that in a little bit. So you see, that's pretty awesome. And this even comes with airport transfers, and that's really cool as well, because if you've ever landed in a city that you don't know where anything is, you don't know how to get to your hotel, it can be a little bit daunting. You don't know which is the cheapest way, the fastest way, whatever you're looking for. So if you get airport transfers, that's one huge stress off your mind, and also it's going to be saving you a fair bit of money as well, because who knows, it's expensive to catch a taxi from the airport. Okay, so we've also got a few other trips, so different types of trips. You know, we have all different kinds of trips. So if you've heard of Doctor Who, we have Doctor Who trips. We've got Game of Thrones trips. These are just themed, like, so the Doctor Who one will go to the BBC studios and you'll learn about this kind of stuff. The Game of Thrones one is going to some places in Malta where some of the Game of Thrones is filmed. So that's really cool. So last year we had 5,000 dream trips. By the end of this year, we'll have 11,000 dream trips available. So do you think you could find one that you like? These are all the different themes we have. Now here it says welcome dream trips, like I mentioned. So the difference with the welcome dream trips and normal dream trips is this. Generally, welcome dream trips are only about 3 or 4 days because it's just giving you a taste. They're available to new members within the first 90 days at a discounted price. So instead of paying $369 for those trips, you'll be looking at paying about $280. Plus, you can still take the points off. So you can understand that's a much cheaper way of traveling. It's just to get people to use their membership, to give it a go, give it a taste, and see what it's like. So there's no point in having a membership if you're not going to use it. So it's an extra incentive. Now, if you have gone past your 90 days, you can still book a welcome dream trip, but you'll be paying $369 instead of about $280. We've also got active sports. So if you're into cycling, fishing, golf, hunting, any of those kinds of things, sailing, we've got you covered. We've got dream trips to do those kinds of things. Arts and culture, we've got cruises, if you like cruising, culinary, foodie tours. We've got spas, health, so you can go on a health retreat, which is really cool. Go and do some spa, get lots of spa treatments, or do some meditation, yoga, whatever kind of trip there is. There's platinum experiences. So we have 2 types of memberships. One is gold and one is platinum, and there are trips that only platinum members can book. We've also got points of interest. So we're partners with places like Disney World, Disneyland, the Gold Coast theme parks, and so you can go on dream trips to go and check out different amusement parks all over the world. Helicopter tours, hot air balloons, like there's all different kinds of things. We've got sporting events. So we have NASCAR, and we've got the Super Bowl, those kinds of dream trips. So since we're still relatively new in Australia, we don't have any AFL trips or State of Origin or anything, but I'm really think it's only a matter of time until we get those. Probably next year. If we make enough noise as members saying, hey, we want a trip to the State of Origin, they'll make it happen. They're a really great company. They listen to whatever people want. So now as Australians, you guys are probably thinking, I don't want to go to Phuket for like 3 days. And that's perfectly understandable. We've got trips that start from like 2 nights up to even 9 nights. So there's lots of different options for you, and also you can always arrange to have them extended if you like. So that's really cool. Now the next thing I want to talk to you about is voluntours, and this is the heart of our company. The World Ventures Foundation is really is 100% funded by members' fees. So when you're paying your fees and you're wondering where they're going, you're 100% funding the volunteer program. So what are volunteers? Well, there's a few different kinds of volunteers we have, and we have them all over the world. So if you've heard of something called bottle schools, we were featured in Oprah magazine. And what bottle schools is, we go to places like Guatemala, and where they don't have a wastage system, and they also need schools. So what we do is to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, is get the plastic bottles and fill them up with rubbish and use them as insulation for the schools and build schools, which is really awesome. We also do stuff like teaching kids English, reforestation, getting clean drinking water. We've done volunteer days, like on the Gold Coast, helping out cleaning up the PCYC and stuff like that. And also, as a member, you can actually contact World Ventures Foundation if you know something that's needed in your area and get one of those organized for whatever's going on in your area. You can organize to get a volunteer day done. Now, going on the volunteer is like a holiday where you're giving back at the same time. So I found this one here, and that's a cruise to the Dominican Republic. So you'll get on the boat and you go from Miami and you'll just be cruising, just having fun, relaxing, eating heaps of food and just having a good time. Then you get to the Dominican Republic and then you help out whatever needs doing, with clean drinking water, teaching English, reforestation, whatever they need there. And then you do that for a few days and you'll get back on the boat and you cruise back. So you're going on a holiday, but you're giving back, so that's going to be the best kind of holiday, right? Now with the pricing here for the volunteers, you can't apply any Dream Trips points to volunteers because what you pay for is all the materials and everything that's required for that volunteer. Now another part is when you're booking a trip, what do you normally use? Booking.com, Expedia, those kinds of things. But when you sign up, you also get your own booking engine. And so from there, you can book flights, hotels, car rental, activities. Activities means if I was to type in Sydney, it would come up with all the things that there is to do in Sydney. And so, so that's how activities work. And we've got cruises and hideaways. And what hideaways are, if you've heard of Airbnb, they're just like that. So if you're traveling with a big group of people and you want a house or something rather than a hotel room, that's the same thing. That's what we have there. Now, I want to actually make clear to you guys that when you're booking your flights, you've got all the normal airlines on there, Jetstar, Virgin, all of those, and plus all the international ones. The only difference is you're booking through our site. And also with the hotels, I want to make you realize that we start from backpackers up to 5-star. When you book, you don't always have to be booking 5-star accommodation. Like if you just need to go somewhere and you're going to be out most of the time, so you don't want to pay much for a hotel, then you will be able to book something cheaper. And we do have just standard prices on those as well. All of the things that you can book on here are members' prices, and you will find good value there. So in my family, we like to book cars. So my mum came to visit me, and she wanted to have a hire car. So I looked on our site, which is this one down here. This is our site. And I looked up Mitsubishi, ASX or similar, and I got this price, $244 US, which at the time was about 340 Australian. And that was with Europcar. I could see that. It's with Europcar, but I'm booking through my app. So what I did was I went onto Europcar and I had a look at the same car. I actually got the date slightly wrong. It's one day out, but don't worry, I've adjusted it to find out how much exactly per day. And this is what it was. It came to $93 Australian per day with Europcar and $65 Australian per day with my site. So I saved my mum about $125, which was a really good saving. Now here is the car, because as you can see back here, this car looks a little bit dodgy. I was unsure. This was my first time booking with that. So with the membership, so I wanted to make sure what I was getting, and this is what we got. So it wasn't a Mitsubishi ASX, but they ran out, so they just gave us a free upgrade. So that was pretty cool. Now, when you're going to go and buy something, if there's one with a guarantee and there's one without a guarantee, say you're going to go and buy a fridge. If there's one there with a guarantee and there's one without a guarantee, you're going to buy the one with the guarantee, aren't you? So that's what I loved when I saw this. I couldn't really lose. I've got guarantees. So one of our first guarantees is a dream price promise. So if you book a dream trip and you find the same trip within 7 days to be cheaper, we're not Bunnings. We won't give you 10%. We will give you 100% back and send you on that trip with it. That's pretty amazing, hey? And you've got 7 days to find that. We're so confident that you won't be able to find it cheaper anywhere else. We'll give you 7 days. So we've also got something called our Rovia Price Pledge. You can use this for flights and accommodation. So what that is, if you book with our site, you know how stressful it is to book a flight. For me, it's stressful. I'm looking, wondering, oh my God, am I going to find this cheaper somewhere else, or is this the best time? Should I look tomorrow? Should I look at this certain time of day? Who knows why prices are different at different times? I sure don't know. So if I book with my booking engine, my Dreamtrip engine, then what I will get is a very great price wedge. And that means if I book with us and then the same day I find it cheaper anywhere else, it's got to be the same flight or the same hotel, the same room, same class, everything. It's got to be exactly the same. If I find it cheaper anywhere else with it on that same day, I will get 150% refund on the difference. Pretty cool, hey? So I can't lose. That's really awesome. That's something I thought was amazing. Now, another really cool piece of technology we have is called Rate Shrinker. And the way Rate Shrinker works is when you book your flight, from the time you book until you check in, Rate Shrinker scans the internet every 27 minutes looking for your flight to see if it's changed in price anywhere else. So we have we are committed to getting you guys the best price. So if that flight drops, you'll receive an email. The price of the flight drops, you receive an email saying, hey, we found your flight cheaper here, we've rebooked you, and here's a refund of the difference. Pretty cool, hey? So it's really safe, you can't lose. It's like having an insurance policy when you book with us. Now, who would like their own personal secretary? Definitely me. We're busy, right? It'll be great to take some of that busyness, some of that weight off the shoulders and share it with someone else. So when you sign up, I was thinking when I signed up, that's awesome. I can go on dream trips. I can travel cheaper. That's awesome. But what can I do right now? What can I use right now? What will my membership give me? So what I've got right here is called Dream Trips Concierge Service. And that's 24/7, 365 days a year, and you can use that unlimited amounts of time. So what your concierge can do for you is pretty much anything. She can do your reservations for hotels, restaurants. If say you wanted to go to Thailand at a different time of year when that dream trip wasn't available, you could always call up your concierge and ask them to get an itinerary together for you, find the best place to have the accommodation, and just she'll be able to do anything for you. She can organize your whole holiday for you, and then just tell you how much it's going to cost, or you can tell her how much you want to spend, or him. Sometimes it's a man. So they can do pretty much anything for you. If you're needing a new mechanic, maybe they'll have a look. They'll go Google it, try and find you a better mechanic. If you are looking for a new phone and you want the best price, they will search everywhere in town and tell you where to go and get one. If you're looking for maybe concert tickets or event tickets at the best price, they'll also get those for you. So that's really cool. They also do something called a wake-up call. So what happens is you'll call them up and say, hey, can you wake me up tomorrow at 7 a.m.? They'll say, no worries. The next day your phone will be ringing at 7 a.m. and they'll say, good morning. Would you like your daily horoscope read, or would you like a motivational speech to start your day? Much better than an alarm clock, hey? So I really love this service. I use it all the time. So that's something awesome that comes with your membership. Now, Dream Trips Local is a new thing that we have. It's in lots of cities all over the world, and so far in Australia we have it in Sydney and Melbourne, but it's rolling out fast and will be all over the place very soon. Now, this is another way that you can earn Dream Trips points to take off your holidays. So what happens is we partner with restaurants in your local area. These are locally owned restaurants. They're not chains. So we're trying to help out the economy, help out the industry. So I know in my town, a lot of restaurants are closing down because they just can't get enough people in the door. So with Dream Trips Local, this is something really cool that we have that helps out our local economy as well as helping out Dream Trips members. So what it does is partnering with a local restaurant. So what happens is you have your app. So you'll look on your app for dining, and then it will show you all the different restaurants and cafes in your area that are partnered with us. And it'll tell you some perks, so you can see that maybe you'll get a free dessert there, or a free glass of champagne, or maybe a menu just for Dream Trips members. So you choose whichever place you feel like going to, and then when you get there and you pay your bill at the end, you'll get a percentage of that bill back in Dream Trips points straight away in your account. It's pretty cool, hey? So you are literally eating your way to a holiday, so that's really cool. And that's rolling out everywhere, you can use it anytime. So we've got two different memberships. We've got gold and we have platinum. Now gold has everything that I've just talked to you about, and it's $200 US, remember US everyone, upfront. Now, what do you get with that 200? What are you paying for? That $200 straight away comes back into your account as a Dream Trips points. And you have 12 months to book with those points. You don't have to book them straight away. You don't have to take the holiday within 12 months. You just have to book it. So you could wait to your very last day and then book for the future, but I wouldn't really recommend, cutting it that close. And then you've also got your monthly fee. So you've got a monthly fee of $50 per month as a gold member. And we have a loyalty program. So on the anniversary of your sign up date, each year you'll receive all the money that you've spent in membership fees back in Dream Trips points. And the same rules apply. You've got 12 months to book with those. So you can see, right, really you're not losing out any money. All you're doing is having a savings account for a holiday. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's hard to save for a holiday. If something comes up like, oh, I need a pair of shoes. Those look nice. Okay, I'm going to save more next week. And then something else comes up and, that's what happens for me. I can't save as much as I should. This just takes that out of your hands and you just have a direct debit set up and that's what happens. So it's a really great way to save for a holiday. Now, if you're a platinum member, who here likes to be treated like royalty? Look, you deserve to be treated like royalty. Gold membership is still VIP. You're still treated like a VIP. But platinum is a little bit extra. So you're a bit extra royalty as a platinum member. So as a platinum member, you receive things like on those Dream Trips that I told you about, they have extra inclusions for platinum members. And that means that you'll get to the Cairns Pullman and you'll receive a bottle of champagne and a box of chocolates. And I'm not saying Rose's chocolates. I'm not even saying Lindt chocolates. I'm saying beautiful, expensive, handcrafted chocolates. And also $100 room credit. So those are the kind of extra things that you get as a platinum member. You can also use 20% more rewards points. So on those two trips that you could take 150 points off, you could actually take 180 points off as a platinum member. So it makes it much more affordable as well. You've got 24 hours early access to Dream Trips. So every Friday, Dream Trips releases new Dream Trips. And as a platinum member, you get to see them on Thursday. So sometimes we do crazy stuff like $9 cruises. And you think gold members are looking at that? No way. Platinum members have booked them all out before gold even got a chance. You've also got, like I said before, exclusive platinum Dream Trips and extra facilities. Okay, so you might get extra big perks like spa discounts or whatever while you're at your Dream Trip. Now, platinum member is $300 initial, and that's the same thing applies. You get 300 Dream Trip points straight away in your account. You pay $100 per month for a platinum membership, and so that's the same thing again. Instead of receiving 600 Dream Trip points every year, you receive 1,200. So that's really cool. Now, like I said before, we had airport transfers in that Phuket trip. A lot of our trips have airport transfers. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. So that's something that's really cool, just an extra perk. But with a gold member, the difference between gold and platinum, so as a gold member, you'll have a bus ticket and you'll go and you wait for the bus, which is cool. You got a free ride. But as a platinum member, you'll get off a plane and someone will be standing there with a name card with your name on it. They'll pick up your bag and they'll take you to your limousine and drive you straight away to your hotel. Pretty nice, hey? So that's a little bit of the difference between gold and platinum. Now, we've got a very special thing in our company, and that is refer for and waive your monthly fee. So if you share this concept with 4 friends, then as well, if you're platinum, they're going to be 4 platinums. If you're gold, they can be 4 golds or platinums. It doesn't really matter. But if you do that, then your monthly fees are forever waived. You only have to refer 4. As long as they stay active, then then you've got your membership free for life. You still get your 600 or 1200 Dream Trips points in your account each year, just as a thank you for referring 4. So it's just as easy as telling someone to go to this restaurant that you like, or telling someone about the phone plan that you have or the internet plan. It's just easy, like sharing. So that's something really cool that we have. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've covered just about everything. So with your app, you got a desktop version of your booking engine, and you've also got an app that you can download. So if you decide you want to sign up today, then I'll let you know where you can go and get your app. Now, there's 3 types of people here, and there's an A, a B, or a C. If you're an A, you want to jump on board, you want to start traveling with us, and that's awesome. Come and join us on our holidays. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you see this guy here? He's got some bands on his arm, and they will say Dream Trips there. So some people go on a Dream Trip for a honeymoon, and do you think those people want to hang out with all the other Dream Trips members? Not really. They want to have a private time. So all they do is take off their wristband, and nobody knows who they are. So don't worry, if you're not a people person, you like to go on a private holiday, just take off your wristband and nobody knows who you are. Alright? So if you're A, you want to come along, you want to travel, you want to start going places, ticking off your bucket list, going wholesale traveling. Why pay full price, right? You want to start getting treated right, like royalty. Now, if you're B, you have some more questions. You're a bit near your king, but you have a few more questions, and that's cool. What I want you to do, B, you will receive an email from us. I want you just to hit reply and send me any of your questions you have. If you're a C, it's not for you today, and that's cool. We'll probably see you again, but that's no worries. So A, if you want to get started today, let me show you what you can do. Or if you were sent here by a friend, get back to your friend. We'll just wait for the others to get off, and then I'll show you what you do next. So you'll click the link below this webinar, and it will take you here. And there's a few videos you can watch here, up to you. You can watch them if you like, that's cool. And you'll see at the top here it says Nolene Hosting. That's no worries, that's my business partner. So go ahead, and if up here it says you can select your country. So if you're actually not Australian or English is not your first language, you can choose one of these other ones here. And that's cool. But if you live in Australia, I'll recommend you press Australia. So you can press sign up here. I'll just walk you through it. Okay, so you sign up, you select Australia, if that's where you live. So this is all the different countries we're opening. You'll choose whichever membership you want. So I want platinum. I want to be royal. I want to be treated royal. We have a representative side as well. I haven't touched on that in this webinar. If you're interested in that, let me know and I'll give you more info about that if you want to become a rep for our amazing company. So we'll just check out. Now, something I really want to show you, you can fill in all this information yourself, but this part here, now you see how when I don't know if you saw this, but when I put in the details of this page, it said minzertravels.worldventures.biz. Now, if you want to refer 4 people, this is important. Say your name is John. So you'll make this John Travels or whatever kind of name you want. If it's available, no. Of course John is not available. It's the most common name in the world. John. Johnny. Okay, that's not gonna work out. Well, basically what you need to do is put in can be your name. It doesn't have to be your name because Ninja Travels is not my name. But what it's gonna do is, so if I put in here Ninja Travels, It's not going to be available, so I won't check ID. But if that gets approved, then what my link is going to be that I can share to my friends is ninjatravels.worldventures.biz. Now that's going to take them to that page I just showed you to. And the second video is like a presentation video. You can always refer them to this webinar and they'll get back to you if they want to sign up. That's cool. We won't steal any of your people. So if you got sent here by anyone else, please get back to them. But yeah, so they can watch video 2, and that's going to give them an overview of everything. And they've already got you're approved. They've probably seen you going on holidays and stuff, and they want to get involved. So you can answer their questions or whatever, or you can always refer to us if you need some help. We're here to help you. So that's something really cool. So make sure that you get a good name, because remember, you're going to be sharing this with people if you want them to join you traveling and refer your fees. That'll be awesome. So that's about it from me. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. I really hope that we see you on the beaches of the world. Okay, so I'm Belkara, and thank you so much for tuning in.